Welcome to Remembering Legends, a place where Sandra honors the lives of unforgettable individuals whose legacy still speaks through time. Here, we look back on celebrated names from film, music, sports, and culture, remembering the passion and influence they shared with the world. Each tribute is a chance to celebrate their journey and keep their memory alive in a meaningful way. Arie Toledo was a Brazilian actor, humorist, and writer, born on August 22, 1937 in Martinópolis, São Paulo. Raised in a modest environment, he developed an early passion for comedy and storytelling that later shaped his public identity. Over time, he became one of Brazil's most familiar comedic figures, admired for blending satire, music, and theater into his performances. He built a wide-ranging career in film, television, and stage. He is remembered for roles in productions such as Cher contra 007, 1965, O Vigilante Rodoviário, 1962, and Três Histórias de Amor, 1966. Beyond acting, he also worked as a writer and performer, often using sharp humor and social commentary, which earned him strong popularity and respect in Brazilian entertainment circles. He was married to Marli, and their relationship was well known within artistic communities in Brazil, reflecting a shared life connected to performance and creativity. Arie Toledo died in São Paulo, Brazil, at the age of 87. Reports did not publicly confirm a specific cause of death, though his passing was associated with advanced age. His death led to widespread tributes honoring his long career and influence on Brazilian comedy and cultural history. His legacy continues to influence comedians across Brazil today and beyond in Latin American entertainment culture. Bernard Marcus was one of the defining figures in modern American retail, a man who turned a bold idea into a household name. Born on May 12, 1929, he rose from modest beginnings to co-found the Home Depot in 1978, reshaping how people shop for tools, building supplies, and home improvement services. As the company's first CEO and later chairman, Marcus helped build a culture centered on customer service and large-scale warehouse stores, a concept that revolutionized the industry. He stepped down from leadership in 2002, leaving behind a thriving retail empire. By November 2024, Forbes estimated his net worth at around $10.3 billion, reflecting decades of business success. Beyond business, Marcus was deeply involved in philanthropy and politics. He donated generously to conservative causes and was a prominent supporter of the Republican Party, including campaigns for Donald Trump. Marcus passed away at the age of 95. While his death was widely reported, specific details about the cause were not publicly emphasized, suggesting natural causes associated with age. His legacy lives on through Home Depot and his lasting impact on retail innovation and philanthropy. Brayton Walter Yerkes, better known in Hollywood as Bob Yerkes, lived a life that felt pulled straight from the movies he helped bring to life. Born on February 11, 1932, in Santa Monica, California, he discovered his love for movement early, joining the circus as a teenager. By 15, he was already performing acrobatics, building the physical skill and fearlessness that would define his career. Yerkes entered the film industry in 1948 at a time when stunt work was far less regulated and far more dangerous. Over the decades, he became a trusted figure behind the scenes, contributing to iconic films like Back to the Future, Return of the Jedi, and Hook. Though audiences rarely saw his face, his work shaped some of cinema's most memorable moments. Away from film sets, Yerkes had a passion for mentoring. At his Northridge home in Los Angeles, he hosted invitation-only stunt training sessions, sharing knowledge with younger performers using elaborate backyard rigging setups. He remained active in the industry well into his later years, with credits extending to 2017. Bob Yerkes passed away at the age of 92. As of now, no widely confirmed public cause of death has been reported. A 35-year-old TikTok creator, Caleb Bobby Graves, tragically died after completing a half marathon at Disneyland in Anaheim, California, during an intense heat wave. Just a day before the race, Graves had shared a video with his followers expressing concern about the unusually high temperatures, admitting he felt vulnerable to heat after recently fainting following brief exposure outdoors. Despite those worries, he participated in the Halloween-themed half-marathon early Sunday morning. Witnesses say Graves clutched his chest moments after crossing the finish line around 7 a.m. and collapsed into the arms of a nearby volunteer. Emergency responders immediately performed life-saving measures and rushed him to a hospital. But after nearly an hour of efforts, he was pronounced dead. While the official cause of death has not been publicly confirmed, the circumstances strongly point toward heat-related complications, possibly combined with cardiac distress. Temperatures in Anaheim that day ranged widely, eventually climbing as high as 41 degrees Celsius, 107 degrees Fahrenheit, raising concerns about the safety of endurance events in extreme weather. Graves had ended his final post with a message to fellow runners: stay hydrated and listen to your body. His sudden passing now stands as a sobering reminder of just how dangerous extreme heat can be. Ed Gale, born on April 23, 1964, built a distinctive career in entertainment defined by versatility and commitment. From early on, he found opportunities in both acting and stunt performance, developing a skill set that allowed him to move between physical roles and character work. This combination gave him a unique place in the industry, where movement and expression were just as important as dialogue. Work on screen and behind the scenes. Over the years, Gale became known for roles that required strong physical performance and creative interpretation. Many of his characters relied heavily on body language, timing, and expressive movement, areas where he excelled. While audiences might not always immediately recognize the performer behind the role, his contributions were often essential to bringing unusual or imaginative characters to life in film and television. Professionalism and collaboration. Colleagues often noted his reliability and energy on set. Whether performing stunts or stepping into character-driven roles, he approached his work with focus and dedication. His ability to adapt to different production needs made him a valued part of many creative teams, contributing quietly but meaningfully to the storytelling process. Legacy and remembrance. Ed Gale passed away at the age of 61, marking the end of a career built on effort, adaptability, and craft. While he may not always have been in the spotlight, his work remains part of many memorable productions. He's remembered for his professionalism, his collaborative spirit, and the way he helped bring imaginative stories to life through performance and movement. George Wendt was one of those performers whose presence felt instantly recognizable and comforting. Born on October 17, 1948, he built a career rooted in steady craft, understated humor, and a natural ability to make everyday moments feel memorable on screen. Norm Peterson, and a cultural touchstone. He became widely known for his role as Norm Peterson in the hit sitcom Cheers. Each time Norm entered the bar and was greeted with a cheerful chorus of his name, it became a signature moment in television comedy. Wendt's timing, expressions, and effortless delivery turned a simple recurring gag into something audiences looked forward to every week. A steady and grounded career. Beyond his most famous role, Wendt continued to work consistently in television, film, and theater. He often gravitated toward roles that highlighted his relatable, down-to-earth style. Rather than relying on exaggeration, he brought a sense of realism and ease that made his performances feel natural and accessible. A lasting television legacy. George Wendt passed away at the age of 76, leaving behind a legacy defined by warmth and quiet humor. His work continues to resonate with audiences, and his portrayal of Norm remains one of television's most enduring and beloved character moments. Cher, at 78, remains one of the most recognizable performers in the world, still selling out shows and still redefining what longevity in entertainment looks like. Her career stretches across music, television, and film, making her one of the few artists to achieve major success in multiple decades without fading into nostalgia. What makes her journey remarkable is not just fame, but endurance through constant reinvention. Behind the awards, records, and global recognition lies a life shaped by struggle, persistence, and refusal to disappear when the industry repeatedly expected her to. Her story is not simply about success, but about survival in a system that often discards women as they age. Every phase of her career reflects a decision to evolve rather than retreat, even when the personal cost was heavy. To understand her legacy, it is necessary to begin far before the spotlight, where hardship shaped her resilience. Childhood. Built on instability and absence. Sherilyn Sarkeesian was born in 1946 in California into a life marked by instability from the very beginning. Her father left when she was an infant, creating an absence that deeply shaped her emotional world. Her mother, struggling with poverty and repeated marriages, tried to provide stability, but often faced overwhelming financial and personal challenges. As a result, Cher's childhood was defined by constant movement, temporary homes, and uncertainty about what each day would bring. At times, survival meant relying on welfare assistance or relatives, and even brief separations from her mother left lasting emotional impressions. Rather than experiencing a secure home, she grew up in a cycle of disruption and adaptation. These early experiences created a sense of independence long before adulthood, forcing her to rely on herself emotionally. While painful, this unstable upbringing also built a quiet determination in her, planting the foundation for the resilience that would later define her public and private life. School struggles and the discovery of expression. In school, Cher struggled significantly due to undiagnosed learning difficulties that made reading and writing extremely challenging. Teachers often misunderstood her struggles, labeling her as inattentive or slow, which affected her confidence deeply. She found herself falling behind academically and feeling increasingly isolated from classmates who seemed to learn with ease. This experience created a strong sense of self-doubt, leading her to believe she lacked intelligence, even though this was far from the truth. Despite these challenges, she discovered that performance offered something school never could: belonging. Watching musical productions sparked a sense of possibility and imagination within her. On stage, she did not feel limited by academic expectations or judgments. Instead, she felt expressive, visible, and valued. This shift marked a turning point in her identity. While classrooms made her feel inadequate, performance gave her a sense of purpose and direction that would eventually guide her toward a lifelong career in entertainment. Leaving home and chasing an uncertain dream. At 16, Cher made a life-changing decision to leave home and move to Los Angeles with little money and no clear plan beyond ambition. The decision was driven by a belief that staying in her current environment meant accepting a life of limitation and invisibility. Los Angeles, however, offered no guarantees. She faced constant rejection, financial instability, and periods of uncertainty while trying to break into entertainment. She took small jobs, attended auditions, and often relied on temporary living arrangements with friends. Many industry professionals dismissed her for not fitting conventional expectations of beauty or style at the time. Despite repeated rejection, she continued pursuing opportunities, slowly building experience and resilience. This period was not glamorous, but formative, shaping her understanding of persistence. Each setback reinforced her determination rather than weakening it. These early years in Los Angeles became the foundation for a career built not on immediate success, but on endurance and refusal to quit. Meeting Sonny Bono and the rise to fame. During the early 1960s, Cher met Sonny Bono, a musician working within the industry who recognized her potential. Their connection quickly developed into both a personal and professional partnership. At the time, Cher was still searching for stability and direction, and Sonny offered structure, guidance, and access to opportunities she had not previously experienced. Together, they began performing as a duo, combining distinctive styles that eventually attracted public attention. Their breakthrough came with a hit song that brought them international recognition and television appearances, transforming them into widely known figures. The success was rapid and overwhelming, shifting Cher from struggling artist to global celebrity. However, this rise also introduced complexities behind the scenes, including increasing control over creative and financial decisions. While the public saw a charming and successful partnership, the reality was more complicated, setting the stage for challenges that would later redefine her independence. Fame, control, and the weight of success. As their fame grew, the structure of Cher and Sonny's professional relationship became increasingly imbalanced. Although they achieved widespread success through music and television, Cher's role was often shaped and managed within a tightly controlled system. Financial and creative decisions were largely centralized, limiting her independence despite her visibility as the face of their success. Over time, this dynamic created emotional strain as she began to recognize the difference between being a star and having autonomy. While audiences celebrated their popularity, behind the scenes, she was increasingly aware of her lack of control over her own career. The pressure of constant production schedules, public expectations, and personal tensions contributed to emotional exhaustion. What appeared to be a dream career externally was, internally, becoming restrictive. This period marked the beginning of her awareness that success without independence could still feel limiting and unsustainable over the long term. Separation and the fight for independence. By the early 1970s, Cher reached a breaking point and chose to separate from Sonny Bono, initiating a difficult legal and personal process. The separation was not only emotional, but also deeply complicated by shared business and financial structures. She faced significant challenges in gaining independence over her career identity and earnings. Legal negotiations were intense, and public opinion was divided, with many misunderstanding the situation and focusing on media narratives rather than personal reality. Despite these difficulties, she persisted through the process, determined to reclaim autonomy. This period was marked by emotional strain, uncertainty, and rebuilding from the ground up. However, it also represented a turning point in her life. Leaving the partnership meant stepping into a future where she would be responsible for her own direction. Though difficult, this transition ultimately allowed her to redefine herself outside of the structure that had previously shaped her identity. Reinvention. Through television and music. After separation, Cher rebuilt her career independently, taking creative control over her public image and artistic direction. She launched her own television projects that showcased her personality, humor, and performance ability without relying on a partner. These shows became successful and helped re-establish her as a solo entertainer. At the same time, she continued exploring music, experimenting with different genres and styles. While not every project achieved immediate success, her willingness to adapt kept her relevant across changing musical trends. Her bold fashion choices and stage presence became defining elements of her identity, symbolizing confidence and individuality. This era marked her transformation from part of a duo into a standalone cultural figure. Rather than fading after separation, she expanded her reach, proving that her talent was not dependent on any single collaboration. Reinvention became her defining strength, allowing her to remain visible across evolving entertainment landscapes. Acting breakthrough and critical recognition. In the 1980s, Cher made a major transition into acting, a move that many initially questioned. She began taking roles in serious dramatic films, working to establish credibility beyond music and television. Her performances quickly gained attention for their emotional depth and authenticity, surprising critics who had previously underestimated her range. One of her most acclaimed roles earned her major award recognition, solidifying her status as a serious actress. This success was not immediate or effortless. It came after years of persistence and willingness to start over in a completely different field. She demonstrated that reinvention was not limited to music, but could extend across entire artistic identities. By the end of the decade, she had achieved rare recognition across multiple entertainment industries. This period reinforced her reputation as a performer capable of continuous transformation, refusing to be defined by a single era or medium. Personal challenges, family, and emotional growth. Beyond her professional life, Cher experienced significant personal challenges, particularly in her relationships with her children. Her daughter and son both navigated public attention and personal identity journeys that brought emotional complexity to their family dynamic. Over time, misunderstandings and distance created periods of strain, requiring patience and reflection to rebuild trust. Despite these difficulties, she remained present in their lives and worked toward reconciliation and understanding. She also endured the loss of former relationships and close friends, adding emotional weight to her later years. These experiences deepened her perspective on life, shifting her focus from fame alone to personal connection and acceptance. While her career continued to evolve, her personal life became more centered on healing and support. These experiences highlighted her humanity beyond celebrity status, showing a woman navigating the same emotional complexities as anyone else, despite living under constant public visibility. Aging, legacy, and continuing presence. In her later years, Cher has continued performing while adapting to the physical realities of aging and long-term strain on her body. Decades of touring, performing, and demanding stage productions have required her to manage health challenges carefully, including recovery routines and ongoing medical care. Despite this, she remains active, continuing to perform for audiences who span multiple generations. Her legacy is defined not only by awards and records, but by her ability to remain relevant across shifting cultural eras. She is widely recognized for breaking barriers around age and gender expectations in entertainment, proving that visibility does not have to diminish with time. Financially secure and culturally influential, she has also supported charitable causes and advocacy work. Ultimately, her story reflects endurance, adaptation, and independence. Even after decades in the spotlight, she continues to embody the idea that identity is not fixed, but constantly rebuilt through choice and persistence.